sixth pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select.
That's So Dolphins Talk with John Baker and Trigga Trey Proctor.
We check your pulse if you're not fired up.
Dude, are we good?
Dude, we're the best team in the league.
If you don't have eye black at home, you better go get some eye black.
Oh my god, we're back.
Hello and welcome into That's So Dolphins Talk. Got myself, Johnny Bake Show, and the co-pilot, Trigga Trey Proctor. We're back for season 2. We were on hiatus during the offseason, but we're back after a big dub and a beautiful Victory Monday. So welcome in, Trigga Trey.
Thank you, Johnny B. Johnny B. Bad. It is good to be back. Let me tell you, it's good to be back. It's so good to be back that I changed my name from Sad Fins Fan to Unsad Fins Fan.
It's not
I'm
Sad
flipping
Fins
it.
Fan anymore?
I'm back, dude. I'm back. Team still make me drink. I'm still drinking whiskey. But it's a good drink. It's a good whiskey. Good to be back.
Oh my gosh. Well, we had a huge Fins win, 36-34 over the Chargers. Nail biter. Hate those kind of games. Years off the life. Years off the life every time.
Yeah.
What were some of your takeaways from that game?
Well, let me first say that it seems like every year we come out on the first drive right down the field, and all but score a touchdown. Okay.
Yeah.
Or sometimes do, and we're texting each other, are we back? Because you think we're back.
Every year.
And we're driving, and I already got the lip wetter, Crown Peach opened up to take a sip for the victory song. And wouldn't you know, Connor Williams and maybe even Tua. I really didn't even get a good look at what happened. It might have been Tua point out early. I know they said in the broadcast it had to do with the way Connor was stepping and the way Tua was rolling out, the way his pivot was. But I didn't really get a chance to look at it. But regardless, that fumbled snap, I said, that's classic, gonna come back to bite us.
Oh.
And somehow it didn't. But I think top takeaways. He is him. He is all the way him. Okay. We're done with that conversation about Tua. Is he the guy? Tua's beyond the guy. Tua's the guy for every team in this league. Plain and simple. Love it.
Oh yeah.
So that's takeaway number 1. Takeaway number 2. We might have to fire Vic Fangio if we don't get something together. Because we cannot give up 8 yards a carry.
That was pitiful. Dude, that was so brutal to sit through, dude. It was brutal. I have some thoughts on that though. But my takeaways are that Tyreek Hill is absolutely unbelievable. Dude's gonna get 2K this year. Has to.
Definitely.
And I thought that Braxton Berrios was like one of the biggest underrated signings of the year so far. He's huge. He was absolutely huge yesterday. And I hated the defense. Yesterday, if you'd have told me this, I was firing Vic Fangio all day long. But I've had 24 hours to sit with it, and I feel a little bit better because I feel like they played the pass pretty well. So my biggest takeaway is that the defense played the pass extremely well, did not play the run good at all. So that has
we didn't generate a lot of pressure, man. Dude, I will get to it later with stock up, stock down, but Bradley Chubbs, I am so frustrated with him. He has created, it seems like, without watching the All-22, he has created no pressure, not one amount of pressure. And I don't understand it.
No. Dude, that's what was one of my biggest concerns whenever we traded for him, is that if he's not getting pressure, he's completely useless. And yesterday he felt completely useless. I mean, Phillips was getting close, but Phillips didn't do anything in there until the last drive.
Yeah.
And then like on that the last Chargers touchdown right before like that pass, he like kind of almost got to Herbert, but leading up to that last drive, like Phillips and Chubb were non-existent. They there was no pressure all day, and it felt like Wilkins wasn't doing anything all day either. It was
Yeah, I don't understand. It's just I don't know. I saw some guys come out today and say in an interview that it's a new defensive philosophy they're still trying to get used to and whatever. But I just don't see how we were fourth against the run last year, and defensively we didn't lose anything of substance, I guess. So I just don't. I don't know. It worries me a little bit. I just hope that the Chargers O line just has that dog in them, and we'll be fine. But I mean, overall, look, how many times has the Chiefs and Bills went 40 burgers on each other, and the Chiefs win the Super Bowl with high-powered offense? So I think the old adage that defense wins championships. I think the real adage is opportunistic defense win championships. They need to be able to make the plays when they matter, and I think we did that yesterday. And that's really at the end of the day, dude. I don't care if you give up 4 points or 400 points, as long as we score 401. So we're here to win games.
Yeah, I like the opportunistic defense. Like we got to be like the edge of defense. Like we just got to be there with the briefcase ready to cash in every single chance.
Money in the bank.
Money bank. But yeah, so you got anything on a good, bad, and the ugly?
Good, bad, ugly. So I think the good, our O-line, dude.
That was so impressive. I didn't even notice that Kendall Lamb was playing left tackle, and I didn't even notice that Austin Jackson was playing yesterday.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, right?
That is excellent.
And I was just rewatching some clips today. Like, man, Kendall Lamb did have a pretty bad miss on the run against Khalil Mack, but I think he thought he was getting help. He was getting chipped from Barrios, I think it was, or Craycraft. So I'll toss that one up to maybe just a miscommunication. But I mean, overall, we didn't run the ball much, but it felt like we could have ran the ball well if we needed to. I mean, it felt like we were getting yards, pretty decent yards at a clip. We weren't getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage. There wasn't a lot of tackles for loss. And we play action enough, so they must have been worried about the run a little bit, to be honest with you. So I think overall, man, that O-line, I was down when I heard old T Steed was out. I was down bad. Roll closure of emotions. I said the season's over. Who we drafted, but now I'm flipping it. Maybe sit him another week. Get him. Make sure he's good.
I mean,
that's Khalil Mack and Bosa, dude, and didn't even touch Tua. Who cares about jiu-jitsu? How about not touch you? Is what just happened, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree that that's on the good is that the offensive line was great yesterday. I was watching the QB school, JT O'Sullivan. He does really good work. If you're not listening to JT O'Sullivan and you want to see some good breakdowns of like what people are doing scheme wise, like quarterback play and all that, like he's really good. He's on YouTube. Check him out. The QB school. Shout out JT. But he was showing how Austin Jackson, when Bosa and them did that one blitz the one time, it was like on that super pass that he had to Tyreek, but it was like that
when
one
he stepped up in the pocket.
No. It was in the second quarter. It was like he was super anticipated. Like Tyreek wasn't even there, and Tyler, he threw it way out.
Oh, it was between. It was he threw it in the triangle between three defenders.
Yeah,
Tyreek was on that. He was on that dig. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And the way that like Austin Jackson like just waited, like reacted to the not always just going for not just selling out for the wide guy, but working from the inside out, and like it worked perfectly. Like Austin Jackson was so improved yesterday. Like I saw they put Eichenberg in one play, took him right back out.
I didn't even see he went in.
He went in for one play and they ran like a toss or something like that, and they took him right back out. I don't know if Wynn was taking a piss on the sideline or whatever, and come back in, but they put Eichenberg in for one play, took him right back out.
That's wild. So yeah, the good's the O-line, in my opinion. The bad, we could obviously harp on the defense. The bad, what happened to David Long?
Yeah, that was okay. I think my biggest surprise of the whole game was that Andrew Van Ginkel was playing like middle linebacker for 87% of the game. And
The only thing I could think of when I was thinking about it today was, I guess matchup wise, they didn't trust him in pass coverage against Eckler.
well,
But
I mean, he did get burned by. I mean, I don't know, understand how he got burned by how they got that matchup with him on Keenan Allen
yeah, something
in the
was
first
wrong
quarter.
there. I don't know
Yeah.
what that was. That needs to never happen again, Vic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to see more David Long, and we got no David Long.
And the thing is like, again, I understand that if they were worried about him and having to, worry about Eckler coming out of the backfield, but they ran the ball down our throats. That's supposed to be his strength. I didn't understand. So worries me a little bit, but hopefully, again, it was just a matchup thing. And come Patriots, Sunday night, we'll get a, or at least get an answer this week as to why he played. I think he played 17 snaps or something like that.
Yeah, like I don't understand that. The bad for me, I thought, was the defensive line, and it would be probably the ugly for me if they wouldn't have gotten the 2 sacks at the end of the game. But like they were completely ineffective, non-existent. Like they were completely selling out for the pass. I understand that, but it just like there was just no pressure. Like I know that there was like they were just sending 4-man all day, and it was probably really easy for the Chargers to block up and everything. And clearly it was. They were getting 8 yards a carry. So like understand that, but I don't know. We have like 2 premier edge rushers, and we got nothing out of them until the very end. Oh, until it mattered.
Now this O-line might be the best in the league. I don't know. I guess we're gonna come find out. We may look at the end of the year and say that was an anomaly. The Chargers' offensive line's ridiculous, and it's all fine. I'm hoping that's what it is, but we play a lot of good O-lines. The Eagles, great O-line.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot across the board that we're gonna face.
Yeah. So we got it. We that needs to be something that's figured out with what's going on 30 line. So the ugly for me, Jason Sanders.
Oh yeah, I think we're in tandem on that. The ugly is Jason Sanders. He's got it.
Jason Sanders feels like the last bit of that Dolphins that's still left on this Dolphins team. This, can I tell you the roller coaster of emotions? My dad, after we score that game winner to Tyreek on an absolutely jaw-dropping throw.
Oh,
I couldn't even have handed it to him better, but I digress. After that happens, my dad's hunched over Camp Reed celebrating. Was slightly worried he had a heart attack. I said, can you at least make it to the end of the season? Because I don't really want to miss any games for funeral. But anyway, so that happens. And we're celebrating, high-fiving. We're, taking shot of crown. We turn around, Jason Sanders missed the kick. We're up 2. And here it is, classic Dolphins. 2 minutes left, 2 timeouts. All the narrative tomorrow is going to be Herbie this, Herbie that, leads them down, game-winning field goal, all because they would have said Herbert outdueled Tua because, maybe he threw for 500 yards, but Herbie still got the win. It all was in my head. I could see it all, and I was just so deflated. And I said, this is that so Dolphins. And the way our team is playing, the way our defense was playing, I had no faith. I said, this is it. I mean, I got to hope for a shanked field goal at the end. I had a woogity lined up if I needed it. Like, I made me nervous. Jason Sanders, you're on the ugly, man. Oh, what they say on Levitard this morning? Rodrigo Blankenship is out there ready to get signed.
Rodrigo Blankenship is always ready. He's always ready to be signed.
Yeah.
We said it last year. Like, if you were listening to us last year, we said that Jason Sanders is going to cost this team dearly. It's going to come down to the point where Jason Sanders had a chance to make a kick, and we're going to miss by that kick. We're going to lose by that kick. And we almost did yesterday. We've had a lot of near misses with Jason Sanders, and it hasn't, luckily it hasn't happened yet. I don't want it to happen, but like, we got to be realistic here. Dude went from being like somebody who could have leveled up in the kicking game, and he's leveled down a bit. I feel like dude, he's not reliable. Anytime he goes out there to kick, you just think he's gonna miss it. At least that's how I have no faith
he's making any. I never have a faith he's making anything.
When they went out there for that 23-yard field goal, I thought, man, he is gonna hook this left. I just felt it. Yeah. I mean, it went right down the middle, but I have no faith in Jason Sanders. Like, I'm nervous. I'm way nervous about the special teams.
And we were in a dome. We're in a
Yeah.
dome. How's he gonna kick in Buffalo?
Well, technically,
Dude.
technically, it's not really a dome. It's a canopy.
I need to know the draft situation there. Was there wind effect? Maybe wind affected it.
Uh,
Maybe he could
I
slide
mean-
into the bad.
I don't know. I was there for WrestleMania. Like, there's a little bit of a breeze that flows, like not crossways, but down the field.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe that's. I don't know. But right now he's.
I'm not
allowed
giving
to
him.
list
I'm not
the
giving
season.
him benefit of the doubt on that.
He doesn't even deserve it anymore.
No. But yeah. So that was the good, bad, and the ugly. So now we can go into stock up and stock down. Who you got
Yeah.
for stock up?
Stock up. Austin Jackson to the moon, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Finally played like a first round pick.
Absolutely.
Finally showed what I think everyone has been hoping for. Shout out to Butch
Cassidy.
Jones or Butch. No, Jesus criminy. And the Sundance Kid.
Yeah.
The O-line coach, Butch, I can't think of his last name right now, but dude, completely revitalized Austin Jackson.
Oh yeah.
And it's one thing if I'm saying this against, Tom, Dick, and Harry edge rusher, but we're talking Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. Like, we're talking, cream of the crop edge rushers, and they were non-existent. So non-existent that I forgot they played for the team. Chargers fans on the internet are calling for heads. Like, shout out Austin Jackson, who I thought we were getting on this podcast today to talk about how Tua and his jiu-jitsu was needed because Austin Jackson was on his ass the entire game. And it didn't happen. Like, that's to his blind side. And we didn't hear Austin Jackson's name once, man. Thrilled. Stock up Austin Jackson. Stock up Deshaun Elliott.
Okay, yes, yeah.
Played a lot more than I expected him to. I knew he was going to come in and battle for the starting job, but I think Brandon Jones, he played like 10 snaps. Again, that's probably him still coming back.
I didn't see him on the field one time.
Yeah, I think it was. I looked at the snap count stuff earlier this morning. I think it was like 10 or definitely around there. But I think he's still coming back from injury, so maybe they wanted to work him back in, and were a little worried. But stock up, Brandon Jones or Deshaun Elliott, and final stock up for me is Kader Kohu, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They picked on X. They really did. And
they did.
There were ticky tack personal foul or holdings, pass interferences that I didn't really agree with any. Well, the one in the end zone I kind of understood, but the other two, no.
Yeah,
no way
not
that
at all.
pass interference. Especially if you're not going to call the one on Barrios for the J.C. Jackson interception.
Correct.
But anyway, I just didn't think that that was expected, I guess, that they were going to pick on X. I thought they'd go at Kohu with Jalen being out. And we were going to see, Kohu coming off a big year last year if he could replicate it. And dude, he played well, man. He came up and tackled well. It seemed like he was covering well. It's hard to tell watching it on TV because you don't really see, exactly what the
right.
With zone man, whatever. But stock up for him.
So stock up for me, I think, is going to go. I'm going to put it on Mike McDaniel. Stock up for Mike McDaniel for scheming up something different and out scheming Brandon Staley, even though hot stove Brandon Staley. Is he on the hot stove now? Or
Dude,
a hot seat?
He's on the hot stove, he's on the hot seat, he's on the hot sun. I mean, it's to the point now where it's not just like Chargers fans calling for his head. I was watching McAfee today and I caught a little bit of Wake Up or Good Morning Football. And everyone's like, dog, you were number one, you were brought in to be a defensive, minded coach. You have one of the highest paid defenses in the NFL. I mean, the list of players that are on that team, you could build a Madden Ultimate team with. And this dude is getting trashed defensively.
Yeah.
And then
bad.
on top of that, his ability to manage a football game. I mean, 9 seconds left, and you're not preaching no penalties, nothing stupid. We have and you give up that field goal at the end of the half that ended up winning us the game. And this isn't the first time he's made boneheaded game management decisions. No.
Yeah. So definitely, I think stock up is Mike McDaniel for him staying aggressive because they were kind of in that same situation last year in week 1 against the Pats where they were in that 4th and 7, went ahead and scored. And then that ended up not being the total difference in the game, but it definitely swung the momentum. But then I felt like that was a huge momentum swing yesterday was getting those 3 points right before half.
Yeah.
So stock up on McDaniel for that. And I'm gonna echo with Austin Jackson. Huge stock up for him. And I think I'm gonna double down on Barrios, stock up on Barrios. He was huge. Like he had 2 of the biggest catches of the day on that drive to get them to lead, not there in the third quarter, but where he got under the ball, and then he had that one where Tua rolled out and he caught it on the sideline.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he played really well yesterday. And I'm kind of
Yeah.
glad that he's there too to kind of take the pressure off of Tyreek in the return game. So now like it can be Barrios. It doesn't have to be Tyreek or Mostert back there. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, last year having Mostert back there to return kicks, not too thrilled about that. But I feel a lot better. I don't know why
He's
they
not
did that.
Yeah, I don't understand it. He doesn't seem. I mean, I get it. He's fat. I get it, but it's not. There's something about the feel of the return game. Like you have to feel when you're returning a kick. You need to feel what's going to open up. And Barrios, I love having him. I have so much confidence in him catching a football.
Mhm.
Getting upfield. That Barrios signing sneaky good. I think that's going to be something that as the year goes on, we're going to continue to kind of rebring him up. That he's been a big signing.
Yeah. And I think that's it for me on the stock up. I thought that I think that stock up kind of went a little bit I think we got a little bit of the vision of Vic Fangio's defense there at the end. And I have a little bit more of that when we talk about the Pats game this week, but I want to add stock up on Vic knowing when to pull the trigger, I guess, would be a stock up for me. Like he managed the game enough to hold him well enough, but I'm not willing to say Vic is going to be full. I'm not saying Vic is full stock up, but I'm saying his decision making at the end of the game is stock up. Late game situation, stock up.
Okay.
Because last year, if we were in that same situation, Boyer's backing everybody off. And we're just rushing 3 and we're hanging out. We're not getting aggressive like that. Like we're hanging
That's
out.
true.
Like we're hanging out
that.
17
right.
dudes around the first down marker and having 2 dudes rush, and we're just going to play in front of us. Like that wasn't the case yesterday. So I want to say stock up on defensive strategy. But timing. Yeah. Yes. Timing of strategy.
Yeah. He didn't blitz much, but it seems like when he did, it was successful. Kohu had that big sack on the 1 yard line on third down there. Obviously the sack to win it. We got pressure at the end, caused the grounding. So I'm hoping he wants to bring more pressure against the Pats. But I know he's not historically he's not a big pressure bringer. He wants to create it with his front. And I understand that. But we weren't getting it. So, one thing I'm going to hope is that he identifies that a little bit earlier that, okay, we're not getting it with just our front. Like we got to start bringing some pressure.
Yeah. We got to start bringing dudes. What we got for stock down?
Stock down. Connor Williams.
Oh, dude. He nearly cost us that entire game on that first drive.
You want to demand a pay raise.
Yeah.
Listen, I have all the confidence in the world of you blocking individuals. But offensively, probably the most important position behind the quarterback is the person snapping the ball to the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's pitiful.
And look, shotgun snap over the head. Okay. It happens. Shotgun snap to the knees. Okay. It happens. Aaron, whatever. We're talking peewee football under center. This under center exchange cost us 7 points because we were scoring that drive. Cost us 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
That can't happen in the NFL. We can throw picks because we try to make a play. We can fumble the ball because it happens. I get it. But bad snaps cannot happen. It's got to be figured out.
You gotta have it figured out by yesterday. You need to have it figured out because it's unacceptable. And for somebody that's trying to demand a contract extension or a new or a whole new deal in general, like you can't come out first drive, first play and throw it into his shin bones. Like I don't understand. I understand that he was holding out and all that. I get that. I want everyone to get paid, but like if you want paid, you got to play. And he nearly costed us. I mean, if we would have lost the game by a touchdown yesterday, or like literally lost by 1 point, like it would have been the difference between us not scoring on that first drive. All
Yeah,
because
I
of
mean,
the
we had two like glaring. You know, there's obviously everything within a game could be looked at like, oh, that might have cost us the game. But the two glaring is the turnover on the 3 yard line and Sanders missed extra point. Sorry, that's two like. I mean, no touchdowns a gimme and no field goal, no extra points a gimme, but that's 8 points that we washed off the board.
Yeah.
In a league where the object is to score more points than your opponent, giving away 8 points that are basically handed to you is not ideal. Now, if we're talking about net, you know, they gave us 3 back with JC Jackson, so it's probably a net of we gave them 5 points. So again, shout out to them for you know, basically we were playing -5. We were playing behind the sticks by 5, and you know, we're still able to come back and win. So Connor Williams stock down, needless to say. And in my final stock down, we already talked about David Long, so I won't go back into that. But my final stock down, and it pains me to say it, Emmanuel Ogbah.
Oh man, dude was non-existent. I was gonna say him too.
I don't like you're one of our highest paid players.
Mm-hmm.
We can't stop the run.
He's so ineffective on trying to fight through it. Like, yeah.
I really think he's playing out of position. I don't think he doesn't fit this defense. And I would not be surprised if we end up making a trade mid-season if he's not involved in that trade. I think they want to move him.
I think I can see 2 people being involved in a trade, and you know the everything was kind of mentioned coming out of this game is that McDaniel still doesn't trust the run. But when you're in a shootout like that, you can't trust the run. Like we were playing from behind most of the game, so we couldn't trust the run. I would have liked to run the ball a little bit more. I would have liked to run it. We always say we like to run the ball a little bit more, but I think that they're going to do whatever it takes to get Jonathan Taylor at the deadline or the next like 3 weeks or so whenever he comes off IR. And I would not be surprised if Emmanuel Ogbah or Cedric Wilson are a part of that deal.
I kind of thought when I'm going to add this to my stock down before we go to you, Devon A-Chain, stock down. I actually thought he was going to get traded because they made him inactive out of nowhere. I thought he was going to be part of a trade, and I thought, you know, because I know the Colts want young speed back. You know, I know they asked for Jalen Waddle, but not happening. I assume, and I think A-Chain has a chance to be a very good running back in the league. But I mean, if we're talking about trading for Jonathan Taylor and he's involved, I don't know. I don't hate that, right? But the other thing that worries me is, what is he missing? Is it the blitz pickup that he's missing? That's why he was inactive? Is it because he missed the practice time? And it can't be because he's not getting a playbook because they played the Dokes kid. They had the Dokes kid on the active list. Now I don't think
he didn't get 8 carries.
Chris Brooks, holy cow!
Gerald Dokes, wow, that's a throwback. A couple years ago.
Gerald Dokes, still off the wiki. Yeah, Gerald Dokes, the Brooks kid. Thank you for correcting me. The Brooks kid, they had him on the active roster for the game. I don't think he got any time, but I saw a lot of people said, oh, you know, maybe A-Chain doesn't have the playbook. That worries me that A-Chain doesn't have it, Brooks does.
Yeah, that does too.
So, I don't know. I just would like to find out what's going on with that. Again, I haven't been on Twitter since the press conferences to see if that question was asked to anybody, but I'm interested to see what happened on that front.
Yeah, I definitely think stock down for me is still Ogbah. Holy cow, is he just non-existent? He was just so bad yesterday. And and again, Connor Williams stock down for me too. Huge stock down. And there are some names here that like I didn't hear at all yesterday, and I don't want to say they're stock down, but somebody that wasn't mentioned a lot yesterday, Eli Apple was not mentioned a lot, but he was out there a lot. So like
that's sometimes a good thing from a DB.
That's a good thing from a DB. I felt like Holland was not he wasn't put in a position to. I feel like Holland might have a little bit of a down year because he's not going to be put in a position like he was before.
I don't know. So yeah, I would like to. He seemed like he was making a lot of tackles.
He was making a lot of tackles, but it felt like
Which
he was forced to because Jerome Baker wasn't there to make.
Where's
tackles.
Jerome Baker? Exactly.
Jerome
I don't
Baker?
understand what
Yeah.
happened to Jerome Baker.
I don't know either. Like I feel like I'm always a stock down guy on Jerome just because I expect more out of him. Huh?
He stole your last name.
He did steal my last name. I'm just I want more from him, and he doesn't give me everything that I want from him, which is annoying. Yeah. But yeah, we got. Man, I was not anticipating this. I totally forgot that we had a Sunday night game in week 2 already.
Hate it. We're so bad on prime time, dude. We're so bad on prime time.
Dude, we are awful on Sunday Night Football. Awful.
I hate it. I used to be so excited because we would get the name announcements. Be like, blah, blah, blah. I hope Tua says his entire name. I don't want him to say his entire name. I want his name to take up the entire player announcements. Like I want it to be 3 plays until we get all the player announcements because Tua's name takes so long. But yeah, we're so bad on prime time, dude. I am petrified of that game.
Yeah, and especially the fact that the Patriots climbed back into that game yesterday against the Eagles. Like they were.
Yeah, they didn't look hateful. They did not look hateful.
No, they were like literally a 4th down away from potentially winning that game. All because a wide receiver couldn't get his feet down. Like they were close, and that makes me nervous. So everyone says the same thing. Like the defense, I didn't get to watch a lot of it, but from what I noticed, like Mac Jones, like threw for over 300 yards. That's a little scary because they ain't got nobody out there to throw to. Like, there's no. Is Devontae Parker still part of that team?
Yeah, he was inactive.
Well, go figure.
That's what I thought when I saw it. And they said Devontae Parker out. I said
no. What a shocker there. I guess they got Juju. Did he do anything? I honestly haven't seen anything. All I know is that Mac Jones, Zeke fumbled and Mac Jones threw for over 300 yards, which was a little bit, I was surprised by that.
Yeah, I think Bill O'Brien coming in for them's been big. Look, man, we got to just stop the run. Also, I did not realize that we are away. Our first 4 games, I think we're away 3 of them.
Yeah, because we play at home against the Broncos? And then we go to Buffalo. I'd rather go to New England and Buffalo in September than go to New England and Buffalo in January.
I agree. But I was just looking at the schedule this morning because you know how I am.
Rough.
I like to.
It's rough. It's a little rough.
It is rough, but after week 1's result, I thought the Giants were going to be rough. I think they're a dumpster fire all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know. Like, that was really surprising. Damn. I don't know. I mean, but it does feel really good when your quarterback throws for 466 yards in the first game of the season.
I mean, he's the MVP favorite after week 1. It feels so. I don't even know. He played
close.
So good. Can I tell you that this man threw a pick to J.C. Jackson and came back and on the next play threw a strike over top of J.C. Jackson?
Yeah.
That is absolute. That's Kobe Bryant-esque, dude. Like,
yeah. They went at J.C. Jackson all day yesterday.
Oh, buddy, did they ever? When he showed up as Tua Dripaviola in that starter jacket with the classic logo, and when I saw him swagged out, I said, "Uh-oh." Felt like a big day. It felt like he's on pace for 7,000 yards. He's I'm putting on the pod. He is breaking the single season passing record.
Whoa. Is that a book it?
Book it. He is breaking. And listen, everyone's going to say, 17 games. He's doing it in 16. He'll do it in 16 games.
Wow.
Telling you.
I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to say he's going to break. I say he's going to break Marino's record.
That's a safe bet. He's busting it all out. I'm telling you, dude. He is. if we can keep him clean, even if we don't keep him clean, like
He made
I
so
didn't
that was that,
I didn't
I'm
realize.
glad.
Hold on, I didn't realize he was I just saw a stat this morning that he was the 10th most pressured quarterback yesterday, or something like that. Or it was some. He was definitely in the top 10 for most pressures.
Mhm.
So he was pressured. It's his pocket manipulation was Mike McDaniels talked about earlier in the year,
Mhm.
in the offseason, said that he has so much short range explosiveness and his ability to manipulate the pocket this year is drastically different from last year. And that was on display.
Yes,
That
it
was
was.
on display. So I want to say if we keep him clean, but it's not like he was 32nd yesterday. Not like he was 30th yesterday.
Mm-mm.
Like he's in the top 10 of pressure quarterbacks yesterday and still delivers 466 and 2 tuds
That felt so good.
against Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Derwin James, J.C. Jackson,
Eric Kendricks.
Eric. I wanted him so bad in the Dolphins this year, by the way. But anyway,
We did.
Eric
We
Kendricks.
did really want him badly.
Again, I know this team brings me in every year. If you play last year's first episode, we were all the way back.
All the way back.
I get it. This team brings me back every year, but I just felt different.
It felt
different.
It did. Oh, buddy.
It felt like Patrick. I felt like I feel when I'm betting and watching the Chiefs. That it felt like a Chiefs game for me yesterday, which is, yeah, whoever holds the ball last is going to win. But thank God we have that dog at quarterback that's going to win it for us.
Yeah,
And I've never felt that. We didn't get to see Marino.
we did not.
The first quarterback I remember is Fiedler.
That me too, and he ain't got that dog in him.
Cleo Lemon's in there somewhere. I don't
Cleo
remember.
Lemon was late.
Was
Cleo
he
Lemon
before
was
or
like-
after Fiedler?
Oh, he was way after Fiedler. He was after Dante Culpepper.
Cleo?
Yeah. You're checking it right now.
I'm on the Google machine.
While you're on the Google machine, quick look at the breakdown for statistic wise. As we mentioned, Tua was 28 of 45, 466, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Raheem Mostert had 10 rushes for 37. Eric Ezukama had 2 for 17. That was pretty interesting that they used Ezukama as much as what they did. Receiving though, Tyreek, 15 catches, 215 yards, 2 tutties. Jalen Waddle had 4 catches for 78 yards. Durham Smythe, big. That's somebody that we missed on the stock up. Durham Smythe, stock way up. Dude,
Played him in fantasy because Kelsey was hurt.
He's a monumental upgrade over Mike Gesicki.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Mike Gesicki, thank God you're gone. And if you're probably going to score on us this week, and that's okay. That's all right. It's gonna be all right.
What did he do this week?
Nothing. I don't think he did a thing.
No. Okay. By the way, you are right. So it went, Marino, Fiedler, Farrat, Culpepper, Trent Green.
Gus Farrat.
I miss old Gus. I remember Gus. So Fiedler is the first for me because Fiedler was after Marino. Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then that year that Culpepper was hurt, or that year Trent Green got destroyed.
He did get
Cleo
murdered.
Lemon came in and finished it, and then we had the Pennington season. But okay, so Gesicki, what did Gesicki do yesterday?
I don't think Gesicki did a thing. I could be wrong though, but everyone knows I'm a big Gesicki hater. I'm on it. I'm
already on it.
Gesicki didn't have a. Oh no, that's for the Eagles. Gesicki had 3 catches for 36 yards, which is about typical
classic.
That's classic Gesicki numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, classic Gesicki numbers. Yeah, no, we're not missing him this year. I like him as a Duke. He's a Penn State boy, but and I appreciated us drafting him, but we're not missing him this year. But I wish him the best. I wish him the best in future endeavors.
Best wishes, pal.
Speaking of best in future endeavors, shout out Igbu on the Tudlow Jones last night.
Yeah. What happened there?
They don't call him Big Play Iggy for nothing.
Dude gets a fresh new paint of coat, and now he's scoring tutties.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's a fresh new coat of paint and not paint of coat. But yes, I agree.
I know it. I know it's a coat of paint, but it's paint a coat.
All right, so looking at this Pats game, you know,
Yeah.
I was doing my gambling stuff this morning, and you know, we're opening as
buddy's gambling again.
oh, I'm in deep. I'm in deep. I got that book, that dude that was on McAfee's show that wrote that book. So I bought his book,
Yeah.
read the entire thing. I have a whole formula set up. Started out the year college football 3-0, NFL football 0-3 yesterday. Not great. So we're 3-3, but we'll see. We'll see. Week
500.
week one's a little hard to handicap because of
Yeah.
you don't really know because you're going off of last year's info.
You got a whole year to prepare for week one. Clearly, Mike McDaniel prepared all season to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, man. If we start 2-0 with a win over 2 AFC playoff contenders,
yeah.
hey, good day too. Yeah, Titans lose big.
Yeah,
that's big because you know they're going to be, you know, messing around in playoff contention.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs loss is big. As much
Huge.
I know I lost money on it, but Chiefs loss is huge. You know, tonight is a win-win. I'm hoping for a tie. Tie would be sweet.
Tie would be sweet, but I'm still kind of rooting for the Bills.
That's hard for me. I'm hoping for like a 3-2 game. I hope.
No, I'm all in. I'm riding the Bills Mafia for tonight. Okay. I just don't want to see the Jets do anything. Like, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about them.
I do love Aaron Rodgers, though.
I mean, I like Aaron, but fuck you.
I hate Joey Jets, though.
I
Joey
Jets.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I like Aaron a lot. I just hate that he went to the Jets. Like, and it's just New York media. It's just like, it's the same thing that it is with the Heat, that it is with the Knicks, and that it is with the Mets. Like, the Mets will Met, the Knicks will Nick, the Jets. I'm not saying it on this. I'm hoping the Jets will jet. Because the Finns will always fin. We all know that.
Yeah. So we opened up as 2.5-point favorites today. So home field advantage is usually 2 points. So you got to figure we're actually probably 4.5-point favorites in terms of if this was a neutral field.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think we win the game. I honestly think we win it pretty handily, to be honest with you. So I don't think defensively they have enough.
I hope that we do. I hope that, like, once we get a lead, we don't take the foot off. We just keep going. The only big concerning thing for me, and this is because I think this is only a product of the fact that the Eagles were up so much. Mac Jones threw 54 times yesterday. Like, they've never.
Please don't run the ball on us. Please do not run the ball on us, because I don't know what's going to happen if you run the ball on us.
Let's see. Zeke ran 7 for 29. Ramondre Stevenson, I'm sorry. Ran 12 for 25. Mac Jones was 2 for 15, and Ty Montgomery was 1 for 7. So they didn't run the ball very well. But then again, that Eagles defense is dirt nasty.
I know.
They got a
good game on Sunday Night Football in Gillette.
A little nervy. It's not that I'm just nervous because, like, I'm just nervous because it's just the Patriots and it's in New England, and historically the Dolphins do not play well in New England. And it's not like, I mean, Tua is undefeated against the Patriots, has never lost to them. So, I mean, they did lose that game. I mean, the Finns were literally like a drive away last year from winning that game if Teddy Bridgewater's thumb didn't fall off. So that's all they needed was just one drive for Teddy to score, and they would have won.
Yep.
So, yeah, I definitely think that the Dolphins are going to win. I think it will be closer than what most people think. Will it be as close as what this one was? I don't know. It might be a style of game, like kind of like what the Pats, because the Pats are going to play. They're going to play a scrappy style of play. They're going to want to keep it like in the trenches. So I'm going to say Dolphins 28, Patriots 24.
You don't think? Well, I guess we would cover because it's 2.5. Okay. All right. All
So
right.
I still think that we score. I think that I just think that the defense and that the Patriots, they love running the football. They love running it down people's throats. I don't know. Maybe we can bait Mac Jones in some really bad decisions. I'm hoping maybe Vic. This is my one thing that I did want to say that I did not talk about earlier in the show that I wanted to. Do you think that Vic purposefully overplayed the pass because he didn't want to show his hand or anything to the Pats or anybody else for the upcoming games? Is that too far? Is that too far fetched to say?
I think NFL coaches are not worried about the next week. I don't. I think I think that I think he wanted to do. Now, do I think maybe? No, I don't know because there's no way that because McDaniel was on the horn, pissed on that headset about the defense. So I don't think Vic's sitting there holding anything back when he's got McDaniel chewing his ass off, on the headset. But now I don't know if he's yelling at McDaniel, but regardless, he was clearly upset that, dude, we're going to put up a 40 burger and they're going to put up a 41 burger if we can't get a stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like Vic wasn't well. I mean, he was aggressive when he needed to be at the end, but it just felt like he was holding back. And I don't know if that's just bad preparation that you only prepared to stop the pass. And then I guess technically too, historically, the Chargers are not a good running team. Kellen Moore does not like to run the ball a lot. So, but I mean, he proved it that he can yesterday. He ran 200 yards on us. So
yeah, the other thing too is, which I didn't think about, is I guess you don't really know what offense you're game plan for coming in. This is Kellen Moore's first game calling plays. So you don't really know. Yeah, you can watch film from last year. You can watch Kellen Moore's offense in Dallas, but how much of Kellen Moore's offense in Dallas is Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
So it's kind of hard to know what to plan for.
True. But yeah, that's should be a wrap on week 1. Fins won 36-34 against the Chargers. We got the Patriots on Sunday Night Football, and I'm a little bit nervous because we historically play really bad on Sunday Night Football. But I'm expecting another Fins win, 28-24. You got them covering 2, Triggs?
Oh, they're definitely covering. I think they win. I think they win by 10. I'm gonna go ahead and out on a limb and say Fins 35, Patriots 25.
Ooh, book it. And yeah. So with that, thank you for listening and checking us out on YouTube. Make sure to check us out on socials at _Podski. Check out Trigger Trey, and you are not Sad Fins fan anymore.
I am at Unsad Fins fan.
At Unsad Fins fan. And with that,
before we sign off, shout out Big E.
Yes,
not Big E Langston, Big E, the Dolphins fan, for
he put together all those people, didn't he?
I don't know if you put it together, but all those people in LA, and I think everyone gravitates towards him as kind of like the leader of Dolphin Twitter. Like the crowd there was immaculate. Yeah. Like I was so surprised when I saw that video. I know we travel well, and I know that the Dolphins have a good following out west, but I did not expect us to have that whole lower bowl basically filled on the Dolphins sideline. So shout out Big E for being the leader of the Dolphins Twitter, and keep doing what you're doing. I know he does a lot of good work for people trying to sell tickets and stuff. So it's great.
Yeah, huge shout out to Big E. So with that, we will see you next week on That's So Dolphins Talk.
Yeah!